and welcome back to part 5 of Shantae Half Genie Hero. Today we're going to try and stop a heist over at the Cape Crustacean. Would someone please tell me what this is all about? And what she's doing here? Hey, be grateful she shared her tickets with us. Now listen up, you guys. The mystery man back in Scuttletown believes that there'll be a large-scale heist during today's races. Someone's after the magic carpets and everyone's a suspect. I'm going undercover, posting as one of the racers. Sky and Bowler, you two will watch from the stands. And Roddy Tops, I'm working with the pit crew. Check this out, I'm a zombie pit girl. I'm sure the fans will eat it up. Though she eats them up first. Shush, you two. Oh, that's the sound. Sounds like you're on deck. Let's do it. Good luck, everyone. I wish we got to see more of Rossi Tops in the pit crew, because she looks like she's really into it, but no. The first half of this level is literally hop on the magic carpet, and you're literally on part of the races. But not quite. It's an auto-scroller is the way they handle this. So you're going to be jumping off of your carpet onto other people's carpets. They are not enemies, but you are free to kill them anyway. You get free gems and hearts, but the main thing you're looking for are these hooks because they will help you traverse onwards, and it's just this for the whole stretch. There's no collectibles whatsoever. Also, I jumped way too late, so kind of get fucked there. If you fall off screen, it's not an instant death, thankfully. It just hurts you. If you're playing hardcore, though, it is. It will instant kill you if you fall off screen, making this whole section just a little bit more intense. But if you fall off, it only hurts you. But yeah, because of its auto-scroller-like nature, there isn't a single collectible in this section. So once you've done it once, you never have to do it again. So having the warp dance, if you're going for 100% and trying to go for the speed run, is pretty much mandatory, because although I'm sure with good positioning you might be able to get everything in this level in one visit. Actually, no, I scrapped that. There's one specific collectible that in no circumstance can you get at this point. So yeah, you would have to come back anyway, so you do need to get the warp dance if you want to try and get that speedrun achievement. The one I was thinking of, there's one that you're not supposed to do when it becomes available, but you absolutely can if you give it enough patience. Well, here comes the flying carpet, Vinegar. Get ready to nab it, Twitch. Twitch? Vinegar? So you two are the thieves. Well, we got our orders from the top. Yeah, surrender that magic carpet, girl. Forget it. Fine, have it your way. Alright, boss, halfway through the level. Well, I say halfway through. 3 minutes into the level, the aerial assault squad, Twitch and Vinegar. Having the fire spell will save a lot of the work here. Alternatively, having the storm puff spell will do a lot to help you here, but I never buy that in the main playthrough. I will show it off in an extra part, don't worry, but it's just I never brought it in the main playthrough because there's always other stuff I wanted. Alternatively, it might be wise to buy the magic bracelets so you can half the spell cost, just so you can get more fireballs out. But after a while, yeah, okay, there you go. I'll say after a while, once you've done a set amount of damage full stop, regardless of who it is to, they will split off so you can only target one at a time, so you have to finish them one by one. And having, I think this, I always forget which one's which. I want to say this one's Vinegar, but I might be completely wrong. But having this one, the taller one, let's just leave it at that, left alive last is probably more annoying because they'll just do this, like the splattering of bombs on you all the time. Like, it's for goodness sake, stop. But no, that is not the end of the level. That is literally just like a boss partway through. But once you've won, you can go into the second section of the level, which does have a couple collectibles, but in this section, I am pretty certain you can get every single one of them in one visit. Meaning the only section you're returning to is part 3 of this level, so you can just do 2 warp dances and skip most of the level when you're coming back here later. And the main reason being is that in a lot of these ships, if you pay attention, you'll see like a black outline of like a trap door. If you try and drop down through it like you would any like thin surface where you just hold down and jump, you will go through it. So for instance, down here's the gallery key. And since we already went to Tasseltown to do the side quest, we already have the stomp, so we don't have to worry about not being able to get it now. Well, you can see the trapdoors easier when we're jumping back through them, but yeah, they are there. They're not on all of them, they're only on some of them. And hell, some of the later ones are only there to help you get past an obstacle, because these lasers they're not instant kill, they're instant destruction, which is a key difference. Instant kill would remove all your health. Instant destruction is that it just cuts you from the screen and you have to start the screen again. But you only take a little bit of damage. These enemies are infinitely spawning, but they drop a shit ton of magic. The amount of times they will just drop magic, that's why I just kind of grinded on them for a second. Also, you can pick up a roast there, so why not? Because I got our magic all the way back up the full just by grinding off those guys, so you might as well whilst you're there. This one, a lot, like, I've seen people kind of look at this and go, oh, we can't get it yet because the electric goes all the way. We must be missing a power-up. And it's like, but you have the monkey form. What are you on about? Because now we've not got one, but two gallery keys, and you can do it all in one motion. So you don't have to worry about waiting for the electricity to go back away. This guy's kind of dickishly placed, because you can't really effectively get rid of him where he's positioned. The only way to kind of get around him at this current situation is to go into the bat transformation, but I felt like that was kind of a waste, so I just didn't bother. I mean, we're at the point now, especially if you've been following along to getting the heart holders, even though I keep going to say heart containers. If you've been along this much, you have enough hearts to kind of just tank a couple hits every now and then, because what's it matter? Here's our third trapdoor. This one is another one that might seem like you can't get there right now because the electricity, when it goes away, is only gone for a second. And you're like, there's no way I'm going to fit that. You have the wall dash with the monkey ability. Although it'll be a little tight, you can just barely make it now. And get our heart holder, which I think starts our second row. Yes! So we got our second row. Once you finish your second row, like a Zelda game, that is your lit bit. It doesn't go into 3 rows, it only finishes on 2. So 14 hearts is your total limit. Which, to be fair, 14 times 4, that's a lot of single damage hits you can take. Yeah, most things late game will be hitting for a hell of a lot more than just 1 damage, even with the boosted defense. But still. Oh, and especially in hardcore mode. In hardcore mode, you get used to a single hit just taking like 3 hearts. It is so unrelenting, even when you have the extra defense. Oh, the thing with the trapdoors, don't jump from right at the very edge, because it won't let you. You have to go like a little bit in the middle-ish. Despite their design implying that you'd want to be on the side of them, you'll have an easier time on the in the middle than on the sides. But that's the end of the second section, and as you see, we missed nothing, so that's another section when we return here we never have to do. It's only this third section that we'll have to be doing for getting other collectibles. There's this random pot here, but it's so, like, there's nothing in it, really, other than the odd gems. Also, if any moving object hits an enemy, it will do 999 damage, and I think that's like the only instance where you can do that in the whole game. Which I find baffling that they put the effort to put that in, and yet there's only one instance that you can even do anything with it. But this is probably the main meat of the collectibles are, and there's 2 that we won't be able to get right now, but 1, if you've really committed to it, you could get even though you're not supposed to. Is just prepare to just eat touching spikes and hearing Shantae go "Ah!" a bunch of times before you get it. But firstly, as I transform into the wrong thing, I always do that. The first page I'm really consistent with. The second page, if there's something I want from the second page, I'm guaranteed to pick the wrong one at least once. But going up here, the spider form will give you the red stone, which, similar to how the green stone, when you hit green gems, turn it into magic, the red stone will turn red gems into hearts. Which is something you almost immediately go for in hardcore. That is such a lifesaver to be able to breathe with. But the electric walls are going to be everywhere down here. You're going to see me transform into the monkey form for pretty much all of it, just because of the extra mobility. It just makes me feel a bit safer, even though you don't really need it. No, you can't cheese this section. If you have a form later on that will allow you to fly, you can, when you go back through here, you can skip most of this level easily. Down here is a path that we straight up can't do, and is one of the 2 you can't access full stop right now. There is this over here though, so if you want to smash that for a scrap metal, you can. The only scrap metal piece we are missing is right at the very end of the first level. At the burning town, there's some small debris blocks you can break that will reveal a flower. But if you come over here, you'll notice a water stream and you'll kind of see it goes nowhere. So we'll need to come back later when we have the ability to traverse up waterfalls, because we can't get that chest right now. Like I said, it's one of the two that you physically can't get right now. The other one you kind of can, but you just have to... I'll be able to explain it better when we get there. But you'll see. But up here we go. Some of the enemies are really annoyingly placed in this level. I'm just going to put that out there. They're not like old school annoying, where like the enemies were just placed to hurt you. But they can be. Like, it's not like Sonic 2's Metropolis, the enemies are just in the way of the path. The path that's like scripted for you to take, so it's almost impossible for you to get here unless you know in some kind of superficial advance that holding the jump button makes the launch pads launch you further, so you can go just barely over the enemy. Since there's more enemies in this room, I decided to use the super pipe ball, since we haven't got the scimitars yet, to hit them even more. Because like I said, the scimitar is 5 of the things surrounding you, making them even more desirable to have. But down here is the other secret, the one that, although you're not supposed to, with a lot of commitment, you can get it now. Also, I go in with the monkey form, but you're supposed to go in with the bat form. This is why there's a lifted up ledge. This room's entirely pitch black, and so you can't really find a way to proceed, and there's spikes everywhere. The way to get through it, if you like don't mind wasting a bit of time to get it now, is transform into any spirit. The flash of light, although won't light up the room, will hit objects. So you will see it loosely stop on objects. Also, this is not how you're supposed to do this puzzle at all. But I just went for it anyway, because I was like, I'll be dead back there in 2 seconds. That was just unfortunate that I didn't jump high enough to touch it. Probably should have cut that out, but oh well. Yeah, you just go to the blocks above it and build a path up, but you can literally just do that, so there's no real stress. But if you do the animal transformation flash, you can see the platforms. It's still difficult because you're supposed to use the bat form to find your way across between the platforms anyway. Like, you're supposed to find a higher platform and then bat transform over it, then find a different higher platform, then bat transform over to it. But once you know it, you can kind of get a feel for it, and in the second half of the puzzle they get more generous because they put strategically placed pots down that allow you to realise, oh, there is a ledge thing, so it has to be, because otherwise what's the pot standing on? But you're supposed to come back when you get an upgrade for the bat transformation that we were getting in, I want to say the next level, but off the top of my head I can't remember. We get it, of course we do, because I 100% it, but you get a transformation for the bat that allows you to essentially use flash like you're playing Pokemon, but it's really useless. But it's like, it's so unhelpful, it just gives you like a vague sense of what's around you. But anyway, with a bit of strategic monkey usage, you can clear most of this room without having to bother with the obstacle. I only come over here because I know I could do with the extra gems, so I'm like, what's the harm in killing them, just for the game to give me none in this instance when I say that. Also, it's kind of universal to Shantae series, but climbing chains or anything, spamming the jump button, you'll get up there quicker. As I missed my jump because I bunked my head. Bunking your head is frustrating in any platformer, to be honest. I can't think of one game where bunking your head is a thing, where it's been something that's been like, oh, okay. It's always been annoying. Like, I appreciate games like Celeste having a gameplay mechanic where you can do a lower long jump in a 2D space, just because then you don't have to worry so much about bonking your head, but it's still annoying. But once you get up here, you're at the end of the level. Destroying the generator does technically end the level, but of course we need to have an end level boss fight. So, who does Twitch and Vinegar work for? Because they've mentioned several times, even if this is your first game in a series, that they're doing work for someone. This guy, the Ammo Baron.
Ammo Baron?
Because all of them have Baron in their name for some reason. And somehow it just had to be you. Blast it all. The airship cost billions of crowdfunded dollars. For shame! The thought you could win the race by cheating. The race? Ha! I don't care about some stupid civilian air show. I don't care about the prize money either, huh? I'm after global conquest, air supremacy, babe. Armored ships are good and all, but I need airborne troops too. But being of how the magical silkworm is endangered, and also very cute. I'll just take the magic silk I need from those losers' carpets, and use it to manufacture magic carpets. Magic silkworms? You can't be serious. I'll demonstrate. Men! Deploy the MCUs! The magic carpet unit. There should be this hard little tamale, nice tight formation. Ammo Baron, limited edition loudmouth. This is what I was on about last part, where I said the Wilbur fight is like the last gimmicky fight in the game. This one has gimmicks and techniques to it, but right from the start and throughout the entire fight, you can just wail on the Baron. There is nothing stopping you from attacking the Baron unrelentingly throughout the entire fight. Also, this is the other instance where having the half magic cost might save you, because you're gonna want to have spike balls or scimitars throughout most of this fight because of the walling that he's going to do. But if you've been 100%ing as you go, you have more than enough hearts to pretty much tank this fight as you go. If you're playing in hardcore though, you will have to be a hell of a lot more cautious, and I instead recommend that you upgrade the fire spell to flamethrower enough and you just kind of direct it to loosen the numbers and just take your time working through it. But you'll know as you get further through the fight, because the more damage you do to him, the more lines of men that he summons in a single formation. Like right now he's doing full circuits, well 3 full circuits, and they're going to start circling around like the final boss of Sonic 4 Episode 2. But it also tells you that you are nearly done with this fight, so you just keep on pushing through him, and there he goes. Something that I have kind of alluded to before, but I guess I'll quickly talk about whilst I have the second to do so, is I'm not a big fan of the boss fights in this game. I feel like all of them are a bit too much on the easy side compared to how fairly challenging some of the later levels can be. Like, they're respectably challenging, yet the bosses are piss easy. Serves you right, Ammo Baron. And here comes Twitch and Vinegar. Hello, is this thing on? Ladies and gents, it looks like the Ammo Baron has trashed all of today's participants. All but the purple-haired newcomer, that is. Judges. We have a winner. Yay! Technically Shantae won by being the only one left. Anyway, time for a new power-up, don't you say? And this is one that you've almost definitely seen, and it's like the worst power-up in the game. The mouse dance. It is the most gimmicky fucking dance in the game, because you can only use it for these stupid little tubes that you've seen in most of the levels so far to get around to secret spots. It has the lowest defense of any form. You're fucking minuscule. It gets an attack, which is even funnier. You can get an attack upgrade for it where it'll bite. And it is just useless, really. You only use it for these gimmicky pipes, and you never need it for anything else. It doesn't have a purpose in general combat. Like, it doesn't have the charge of the elephant. It doesn't have the mobility of the monkey. It doesn't have anything really constantly useful with it. Canned monster chow. No, especially now I know what's in it. I'll take it. Gotta enjoy life while we still can, right? How is your machine coming along, Uncle? It's almost done. I've got a supply that hooks up. Blah, blah. I guess that means it's time to look for a light shard. Shouldn't we have got that first? You up to the task? Well, swear we're soon to find out. I'll get wrenched ready to fly. And now we have our objective for next part. Get the light crystal. And Rotty Tots will stay here just jigging along with her own little melody. And for the foreseeable. But anyway, next time on Shantae, half genie hero, we're going to try and get that light crystal and see where we end up. But until then, you guys take care now.